Okay, everybody, Mr. Polymers here with the, this is the Acro 32 quadcopter, and I have pretty much completed. This is the FPV kit. This is the FPV camera. I originally had the receiver up here. I placed it down there. This is the video transmitter and then the cloverleaf antenna. What I did a trial today, and I did find out that I had to use, I ordered 3 of these. These are called low-pass filters. These are to filter out the ESCs, any of the high frequencies that these make through the distribution board that cause interference in the transmitter. So anyway, I bought 3 of these. I have one here. I went ahead and heat shrinked it. Then I have a JST plug where I can disconnect this when I'm, say, flying it without the, if I'm not doing FPV. So, but anyway, there's the camera, and here are my goggles. Let's go ahead, and as I hold this, you should be able to see me through my goggles there. Hello. So anyway, here are the goggles. Basically, these are, it's just basically a 5-inch screen with the, this is the receiver, 32-channel receiver. I've got the cloverleaf antenna. Now I'm waiting for one that's actually straight up. This is the 1300 zippy battery, and again, the extra wires sit here. So this is a lot less expensive option than going to the Fat Shark goggles or Boss Cam. You know, if I eventually want to spend more money, I'll go into a $300 or $400 set of Boss Cams. But this gets you in. The whole thing's about $110. So not too bad. They're kind of cumbersome. They're kind of big, but anyway, it does have a. Get this out of the way here. You can actually focus this right here, but I keep these all the way back. So what I did notice today is when I was flying this, before I had the filter, I would get up and then it would just go, I would start to fly, it would go blank. And I want to tell you, it's very difficult to fly one of these if you don't have constant visual, you know, visual on what this thing is doing. Let me explain the camera and the, I'm going to go and shut this off because this does get warm, by the way. You don't want to run it without it really flying. This is the Ishin FPV. I think this has the, in fact, I have 2 of them here I bought. It's 200 milliwatts, has a field of view of 148 degrees. It mounts right here. There's a plate. When you buy these frames, there's a plate that comes with it, so the camera actually mounts to that. Then you wire it through, and then I place the transmitter here, and of course this is the cloverleaf. The cloverleaf do a lot better than the what came with it, which is they call this the duck antenna. This came with that, so I ordered a few of these cloverleafs. So anyway, this is pretty much set up. When I want to record video, what I do, I take my keychain camera and just mount that there. So the keychain camera will do my recording. This will do my FPV. So that's pretty much set. Now, let me go ahead and turn my goggles off. I received, this is, believe it or not, this is the Flying 3DX6. And I know it looks like a state highway patrol car with all the antennas. These are the antennas to the receiver. This is the GPS mast. And this is the antenna to the transmitter. This has a Boss Cam. This is about a $100 FPV camera. Now this not only takes the video, but this records it. It's got a micro SD card in here. So actually, I was awaiting an extra. When I purchased the 4 ESCs, one was bad. So lo and behold, I received the ESC today. So I went to fly this, do a test flight, and I was hovering at maybe not more than 3 or 4 feet off the ground, and this thing dropped like a rock. Now I don't know if it was due to my Wi-Fi interference outside since I was around the house. It fell, didn't even break a blade, but this is what happened here. It broke an arm. Now these are supposed to be some type of glass fiber composite. So I emailed, this was a relatively cheap frame, so I'm kind of blaming myself in a way. So I emailed the eBay seller to tell him basically this should not have broken. I mean, it's ridiculously flimsy to break from 3 to 4 feet falling in grass. It wasn't like it was concrete. So I'm awaiting just to replace this arm. I may, if I get frustrated, I may just replace the whole frame with something more heavy duty, or a true carbon composite frame. Now, what I've been trying to do is keep the frames as light as possible. As you can see here, this is getting kind of heavy. I haven't weighed this. I'm guessing it's well over 500 grams. The brief flight I had with it seemed to fly well, and that's an accomplishment in itself because you have to make sure you get all the motors are in a certain sequence and they have to go on the board a certain way, and also the rotation. This is the only plastic left on the 3DX6 is right here, the GPS. So I bought this mast. It seems to get good reception. Just disappointed that this arm broke. So anyway, I've got both these quads kind of ready to go. Again, I did take this one out, but I went ahead and just finished putting the low pass filter. So hope to do some flights here shortly. The second set, here's the Ishin FPV. I forget the number on this offhand. I purchased these from Banggood. The second one will go on the Cheerson. So now these come with a balance plug. This is how you power them off the balance plug. But what I do, as I did on this one, I cut this balance plug off and placed I've got tons of these JST connectors. I cut this off and I placed the JST. So then I put a male end. The male end goes on the hot spot on the board. So then this way I can plug this in and out, and I don't have to have this dangling down where the battery is. So it just makes it a little cleaner. Buy a lot of these when you're doing work. JST connectors. You can use these for various applications and hookups. So anyway, by the way, these are fairly inexpensive. I wanted to say these are $27. It's really hard to believe. Camera, 200 milliwatt transmitter, and the duck antenna. So pretty good deal. I can't really tell you how good it is right now until I get the interference taken care of. So anyway, I just wanted to update you guys on what I'm doing. I did actually fly this out today, but I'm not going to bore you with the video. Kind of flew it around a little bit. This is flying very well. This is probably for my first build. I think I did a pretty good job. It flies very steady, much steadier than the Cheerson or the 3DX6. It's fast, and I'm getting up to 9-minute run times on my larger Zippy 1800 milliamp batteries. So, and again, I'll use the same batteries for the 3DX6. But if you are going to, I would invest in a little better frame. This is what you get when you pay $13 from a Chinese supplier. Again, I'm learning like everybody else. Of course, these are the 3DX6 motors, and so is the board, the APM board here, and then this would be the power supply board from the 3DX6 here. So I salvaged as much as I could to put on here, so I'm hoping at least it'll fly. This, I'll probably use this as my camera quad, and this will strictly be my racing quad for my club. So anyway, Mr. Palmer, just want to update you, and it's you do learn a lot doing this, and you do make mistakes. And one mistake was I burned my Mobius up. I fed 12 volts into a 5-volt Mobius on one of these systems here. So you have to be careful when you buy these transmitters. You know, they generally will power the camera, but some of these power at 12 volt and some of these power at 5. So be awfully careful or you burn up your $60, $80 Mobius. So anyway, Mr. Polymers, take care. We'll talk to you guys later.